Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have me douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud, it be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
Welcome to Friday Night Lights. I am your host, Mikey, and as always, riding shotgun with me tonight. Tommy, what's going on, brother?
Hey, how you doing there, Mikey? This is Tom Swirsky over here, Super Bills fan.
What's up, brother? How you doing? Happy Friday.
Yeah, happy Friday. Getting just got some sausages and some buffalo wings here, and I got the big brewski here. And just getting ready for some Sunday night football there.
Right? We got a big game coming up. Bills, Packers. I mean, can you really call it a big game when the Packers are reeling so bad?
I got to tell you there, even if let's just say hypothetically, Mikey, that just Josh Allen goes there, I would say Josh Allen could beat the Packers all by himself. I would say 49-0, 49-zip. Allen versus the Packers. That's the score if nobody else made the trip.
Okay. All right. No, that's our show's done, right? Over. End the show. Thank you for joining tonight.
Bills. Bills. Raise it here for the Bills. Absolutely. Hey, I hope you guys got your blue cheese there for your wings there, Mikey.
No, I'm a ranch guy.
Oh, no. Get out of here.
I'm just kidding. Actually, I'm more of a barbecue sauce kind of guy. I don't really eat any dips with my wings. So, but let's go ahead and start with around the league. Jamar Chase, Deebo Samuel, both injured. Not playing this week. Jamar's out 4 to 6 weeks with a hip. And I'll tell you, they're hanging on, just barely hanging on right now. Be interested to see how they look in 6 weeks when he returns.
Yeah. How you doing there, Scotty?
Hey, you gotta quit that voice. I'm not gonna be able to concentrate.
How you doing there, Scotty? You're going for the Bills this weekend?
Okay. So your thoughts? Jamar Chase, Deebo Samuel injured.
Okay.
You're killing me, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry. So Jamar Chase injured. Yeah, that's good for me because of my fantasy league. Got Boyd. Woo! And that sucks. That sucks for the Bengals. They're already having kind of a rough start to the season, and that's the last thing they need is for their prime time receiver to be out 4 to 6 weeks. Best case scenario, 4 weeks. But man, but I will say, listen, they still got some weapons there. Boyd has had some big games. He actually had a big game last week. So
T. Higgins.
T. Higgins,
Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon. So they got guys that can still step up.
Hayden Hurst, former first-round pick, Hayden Hurst from Baltimore. He's there, and he hasn't been a real big part of the offense yet. But you could see them. I'm more worried about the 49ers offense without Deebo Samuel. Yes, they brought in McCaffrey. They have Brandon Ayuk, but Deebo Samuel's about 50% of that offense. They have Kittle still. How do you think that one's going to play out with going against the Rams?
I don't know. The Rams have been playing bad too, man. I got to say, I don't know what's going on with the Rams. Is it me or the NFC is really football in general? A lot of teams are just not looking good early on that were supposed to be good. And then some teams that were supposed to be pretty bad are looking pretty good.
Like
It's
the
really
whole
odd.
AFC West.
It's an odd start to the season. I got to say, the
It
only
is.
teams that are representing that were supposed to be good, that are staying on course, at least in the AFC, are Buffalo Bills, Kansas City Chiefs. Right?
Yeah, because
Everybody else is kind of
in
like
the NFC, it was the Packers struggling, the Bucks struggling, the Rams struggling, the Niners struggling. The Eagles, they looked good on paper, but no one knew how they were going to gel because they did a complete rebuild this offseason, bringing in a lot of different guys. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
yeah. Scott,
Right?
you would not watch football. I hear you.
I hear you, brother.
Oh, I got some questions. Chewy's coming in with three of them.
Already. 3 questions. All right. Shoot.
Indy Ray, the lady Indy Ray is in the house. I got it right. Yeah, that's right. How you doing? I appreciate you popping in, man.
So while we're waiting for Chewy to come in, Edge, Shaq Barrett for the Bucks out for season, torn Achilles. That's a rough go. Like that defense has just been ravaged with injuries. And then the trade deadline next week, Tommy. Do you see the Bills making a move?
I hope so. However, I tweeted this, and is it me or that Benjamin trade really messed with Bean? It did, man. I'm telling you. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he has nothing to do with it. But it's just really odd that he has not really pulled. It's not even close. Like he has not it seems like he hasn't even attempted almost but listen, I don't think I'm not saying it's necessarily like we have to make a trade, but I would think that he would be calling around and at least looking for some depth. Even if he can't get let's say a Kareem Hunt. Let's say they're asking too much for a Hunt, or they're asking too much for Jacobs if he's available, or they're asking too much for whoever. Like, I get it. Like, don't give up a whole bunch for a rental. But let's say it's a 4th round for Hunt. You know what? If you think he can boost the team a little bit, get us to that next level, why not? Like, honestly, because he scores on all the. Listen, you're okay. You missed the 4th. You still got your 5th. You've been scoring on your 6th, your 5th, your 7th. It's fine, man. It's okay. Like, I think that's okay. I think this is the season where Bean has to know it's not do or die Super Bowl or bust, but man, like, we're right there, Mikey. And for us, that's just to hold back because we're greedy about one pick. A 4th round, let's say. Like,
do you
why?
think they're going to ask for a compensation like McCaffrey got?
For who? For Hunt?
Yeah.
Like all those pick? No.
Yeah,
no,
2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th.
No. It's a different type of player. And Hunt's actually declined this season. And I'm not saying he's declined like he's going to be a bad player or anything like when he comes to us, but he's not on the level, I guess, as the CMC would be. So I don't think so.
So here's my question for you: for looking at Hunt, looking at CMC. CMC was one of the elite name backs. Hunt is one of those guys that was heading to superstardom, left Kansas City due to off-field issues, and then ended up as the backup to Chubb. Do you think he could land in the right spot, become one of those elite level running backs? Does he have that kind of talent?
Who, Hunt?
Yeah.
No, because he's getting to that age of running back age where you start to running backs age faster than anyone in this league. You know that, right?
Yep.
So and if you look at his stats, kind of he has declined like since his rookie season. He's still I would still like him. And I'm not saying he's bad, but clearly if we get him, it's a rental. I don't see us like fixing his contract or like extending him for another 2 seasons or something. It would be just like, hey, Zach Moss isn't doing it, right? And we think this guy can at least bring us that juice until we get to the draft, and maybe we find another running back who is a bigger type running back, a more power type running back like a Hunt would be. But this is a good rental piece to get us over that hump, right? Because listen, here's the deal, Mikey. Every team that they know, most of the teams in the trade deadline, there's 2 things. Either you're terrible and you're not going anywhere, or you're making a playoff push and you need that player, right? And they did it last year. Rams did it, right? The Chiefs did it. And it improved them. It actually got them further, right? And it got them over that little hump. And especially for the Rams, they won a Super Bowl. So I don't know why we want to do that if we know that we're heading it there to the playoffs and every other team is improving. And that's what we didn't do last year. I kind of felt like every team kind of improved and we just kind of stayed put. And you can't really do that. You kind of got to take a chance here and there. You got to roll the dice. I kind of feel like Brandon Beane sometimes is a little too tight on that. Yeah. And sometimes, bro, you got to – I know it sucks. I get it. You're losing up bets, then Brandon Beane loves his picks, but we're trying to win a Super Bowl here. You know what I mean? We're like, we'll worry about that next season. You know what I mean? You know?
So Triggs comes in with a great piece here. Kareem Hunt could be the perfect guy for James Cook to learn from. Very much the Von Miller type for those young defensive ends. Bring in a veteran back like Hunt to teach Cooks, the run pass game. I could see that. That might be a good one.
What's he saying here? I'm missing Chewy says I'm off the
because he was asking questions and we went.
I'm sorry, Chewy. So yeah, so the first question, because I did see it, I apologize. You were asking about Spencer Brown.
And it's Questenberry.
It's Questenberry who replaced him. Questenberry's not listen, Questenberry is pretty good, man. Like he's if you're gonna want a backup, like that's like honestly, Questenberry could potentially start over Spencer Brown. They're very close.
He played better than him in preseason.
Exactly. So they're very close. The only thing I like about Spencer Brown, obviously, I want him out there because they are super close in what they do on the field. And I want to get Spencer Brown out there because he needs to get his reps. Yeah. He needs to learn, like get better and better. The only way to do that is be on the field. So him on the bench with Questenberry starting wouldn't make any sense. But he's hurt, and Questenberry's a perfect fill-in. 100%. He's fine. We'll be fine.
Yeah. Yep. Question 2: how many rushing yards do we get Sunday night? I'm going to say 130
total, right? Obviously, total. Josh Allen and okay.
I'm say
first Green Bay at home. What's the weather like?
I don't know.
So let me take a look because that always plays a bit of a factor. I said a bit, by the way, because it could be snowing and windy and we still pass 45 times.
I haven't heard anybody talking about the weather being bad, so I imagine it'll be a nice night. Here.
So Sunday Night Football. Let me see. I'm checking ESPN, guys. Okay, so the weather is supposed to be 45 degrees. Yeah, that's it. It's not saying any kind of nothing.
Like no one's talking about the weather through all of the local beat reporters and stuff. So I imagine it's going to be a nice night.
Yeah, it's not really. Yeah, it's 45. It's not. It's just cold. I mean, it's not even that cold. So, I would say Allen probably get about 30, right? I'll say about 30, 35, and Singletary will have probably about 60. So I'll say 100. What did he say? Over under what?
I said I think we're gonna have about 130.
Okay, he just wants to know the total. Yeah, so I'm gonna say 120, about 120, which is close to you. About 120 is about, and I think that's really what we're averaging. I want to say.
I think it's like 127 or something like that is what we're averaging.
So we'll probably get what we average. Yeah.
Question 3: will Tommy ever appreciate Bobby Hart's play? Yes.
No.
He could play himself right on the bench where he has been. That's the only spot he ever needs to be.
He could play his ass right off this team when we get somebody better.
So, all right, let me go down here. Spin comes in. Oh, go ahead. You took control.
Tony coming in. That's like asking how many touchdowns. Listen, I had to ask because you know what's funny? Like a lot of people, they say they watch football or they think they do, or I just want to catch people off guard. And if you catch the one guy, he says, I don't know. And the guy goes, O.J. Simpson don't even play anymore. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's so funny, man. And he's like, I thought you were talking about maybe he had a son. I'm like, no, bro. O.J. Simpson does not have a son. He's definitely not playing on the Buffalo Bills. Though so that would be funny as well.
What about this one, Tommy? What do you think about the rumors about the Bills wanting Cam Akers? I want zero part of Cam
I do not like Cam Akers. No, I do. No, I'm good. I'm good with that. And it would just, of course, that would be just my luck. We get Cam.
Right? That would be the trade that he made.
Right. I'm over here going, nope, don't want, Brandon Bean doesn't make any trades. He transfer the one guy. I'm like, don't trade for Cam.
Right?
No.
Like Spin's correct here. Spin comes in and says, why would the Bills want Akers? The whole problem with Akers right now in the Rams is he wants the touches. He's not going to get any more touches in Buffalo.
No. And listen, even if we don't get a running back, I still wouldn't mind a trade for like just like a depth guy, Mikey.
Yeah.
Like a depth offensive lineman or something. You know what I mean? Or a rookie guy that didn't work out somewhere. He's on his fourth year. You know what I mean? I mean, there's always, listen, we've done it. Mm-hmm. We've traded offensive linemen during the season, right? We traded one of the best ever right now. We're not ever, but one of the best in the league into the Cleveland Browns, right? Teller. So it can happen. There is guys out there that could be traded for 5th, 6th round picks.
I don't think Josh Jacobs is available, but someone who may be available from the Raiders is Abrams, the safety.
Yes,
former
he's
first-round
interesting
pick.
too.
He wasn't offered a 5th round, a 5th-year option.
Mm-hmm.
They may be looking to get off of him. Could you see him next to Poyer?
I could.
Knowing that
100%, and he's young. Yeah, like they'd have to figure out his contract though if they're wanting to extend him because I believe he's on his fourth year or 5th year.
Yeah, no,
exactly.
He's in his 4th year with no.
He was drafted with Singletary year 2018, correct? If I'm not mistaken, 2019. I'm sorry, 2019.
Blackshear is with the Carolina Panthers, and he'll probably start seeing more and more playing time there now that they don't have McCaffrey.
I'm gonna throw another interesting name out here, Mikey, for a trade. I doubt it happens, but it would be pretty damn cool. Linebacker for the Jaguars, Josh Allen. He's also available.
The DN linebacker.
Yes, linebacker / DN. It would be very interesting.
If we
depending on what they want.
If we did something like that, it would have to be AJ Epinesa or Boogie Basham would have to go.
I'd give him AJ. I don't know about Boogie. Well, even maybe.
But you have to remember, you're gonna have to sign him. I don't know. You're gonna have to sign him.
I get it. But he let me tell you, man.
Him and Von Miller and Gregory Rousseau together. Whew, that's a trio,
dude. I don't know if he's lived up to his potential where he got drafted. However, he's had some great games where you could see his ceiling. I just think he's on a terrible team. But like he's a solid player.
Like he single-handedly wrecked that game for the Bills last year.
Oh, dude, he was a absolute beast.
He was a menace. Josh Allen crime is what it was. Chewy comes in with a $4.99 super chat. Appreciate you, Chewy. Here, Grady Williams is being shopped around. Buy or pass?
Yes.
No.
I'm going to say pass. He has not lived up to his potential at all. He has not done good. He has not done good. Trey
White's getting ready to come back. We already have a logjam with Dane, Elam, and Benford. Where are we going to play him?
Yeah, I mean, listen, unless somebody else went down, I get it. You go after someone like that. He's young, but he right now, man, I think we're everyone's kind of healing up. Trey's coming back, like Mikey said, and we were right. I told you, Mikey, you want to play a Packers game, but I can see him creeping in into that Jets game. It's a perfect game from the creep into, and he may even be limited in that game. But it's perfect.
He shares snaps in that game.
Yeah, but it's perfect for the lead up to that Minnesota game after. Perfect timing. So, but bro, we got Benford, who's gonna, his hand's gonna get better week after week, right? You got Kyer Elam, who's getting better week after week. You guys see it. And I mean, Teron Johnson. I mean, it's crazy because I was saying we need a corner. Like I was worried about the corner entering the season. That was the one spot. I'm like, and now I think I'm more worried about the offensive line more than anything. Like that's the one area, Mikey. It's not running back. Like it's funny. Like I do want Kareem Hunt. I do. I wish they would trade for him. However,
he would.
But that's not. But even if we didn't get him, like that's like even if we got him, I don't think he would be like, even if we got Christian McCaffrey, hypothetically, I don't think he would be like, oh my God, like he's running crazy and we're giving him 20 something. So like our offense, he is, but my point is the run blocking of the offensive line is what they are. So no matter who we bring in here is going to have to do work. The reason I like Kareem Hunt and I wouldn't mind that trade is because that dude can break a couple tackles, unlike and he has good vision. And unlike Zach Moss, who's having obviously that struggle of getting past that first wave of defense, right? Like he just gets stuck. Kareem Hunt especially the red zone, Mikey. That's where we really need work. And I love Devin Singletary, but Devin Singletary, he's a smaller back. I mean, he's strong, but he's not a Kareem Hunt where he can bulldoze somebody and take it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And Hunt has speed. So Hunt could also break it and take it to the house. You know what I mean? That's one thing Singletary lacks. So Singletary can maybe break off one guy, but he'll get caught up. You know what I mean? He doesn't have that breakaway speed. Hunt does still.
And Tony comes in and says, "What about Chubb?" And I don't think Tony's talking about Chubb, the running back. I think he's talking about Chubb, the Bradley Chubb.
Bradley Chubb. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
from Denver.
The edge rusher from Denver.
Yeah,
that's what you know. The running back. No, the Cleveland's not letting him go. He's locked up long term. But Bradley Chubb, I could see as another DN. But do we really need another DN that's gonna need to be paid? We have our own guys that have to be paid. We have Poyer, we have Oliver, we have Edmonds. All those guys have to be paid. I can't see us bringing in another edge rusher that needs to be paid when our D line has been dominant this year so far.
Yeah, anyone we're bringing in, anyone, I'll be real with you guys, is going to be a rental. Anybody. Yep. And that's including OBJ on a free agent signing if we do. Yeah. These are all like, don't expect. I would be shocked if any of these guys, if we do make a trade or pick up OBJ, if Brandon Beane locks him up for the following season. Like he just has too many of our players that deserve to get paid rather than a guy that just got here. Like he's not like Poyer, for instance, right? Imagine getting somebody and he gives Kareem Hunt a 2-year extent. Like that would be shitting all over Poyer.
Well,
you know what I mean?
It's not just Poyer. That's crap.
No, I'm just saying in general
as well. Yeah,
you got
Ed
Oliver
too, who's
Edmonds.
Well, Tremaine Edmonds is in the final year of his deal too, in his 5th-year option.
That's an interesting. I have a bad feeling about Edmonds, man. I have a weird feeling they're gonna. Yeah, I do. Not let them go. I just think they can't match what's going to be given, what's going to be offered to him, and I don't know if he'll do the Milano thing. Because Milano, we will see.
He took a team-friendly deal. Milano took a team-friendly deal.
Right. I don't know. I don't know if Edmonds doing it. I could be wrong.
I don't know if you watch much, but I was listening to Locked On Bills, and Joe Marino had Greg Thompson from Cover One on, and he figured out a way to get them all signed. He was able to, push a bunch of coupons in and get us like $60-something million next year if he really wanted to. So it's not a matter of can we do it? It's going to be, does Beane see it in the long-term future? Like, what is his grades on some of these guys? Because Beane will pay, and the Pagulas have the money, and they've been shelling it out. Ultimately, it comes down to what does Beane foresee these guys' future with us? Because he doesn't go over. He gives you a set amount he thinks you're worth, and he says if you can get more than that, great. See you later, buddy.
I think for the most part, there is exceptions, and I'll give you the 2, the 3. Josh Allen will be an exception when he wants to re-up, right? Whenever that is. Well, not for a while.
He's our face.
No, right. And then you got Stephon Diggs, who he paid, right? Like and they got Von Miller.
Even then, Stephon took less money.
No, I know, but he didn't get cheapy deal either. No, like he got paid off. And Von Miller obviously took a very good deal.
Von Miller kind of changed the mindset in that defensive line along.
But I mean, there's players that you have. I think my point is, I think there's certain players that he will bend his rule over. But ultimately, you're right. He doesn't. He says, "Hey, this is where I value at," and I don't blame you. Go out there, see what you can get. If you get more and you want that, I don't blame you. And I think that's why they respect him. They do.
Yeah,
he's not being a jerk about it. He just like, hey, maybe not even value. This is what I could pay you. You know what I mean? This is where we're at.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree, Tony. Having Bradley Chubb along with Von Miller and
that'd be nice.
Groot and Boogie would be fantastic. I don't see us giving up what they're going to want for him.
Yeah.
As a rental, because we're not going to be able to re-sign him.
Yeah.
We have too many guys.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to now. That's the other thing. Like the CMC thing. bad trade. Like I unless they plan on extending him or reworking his contract or whatever, restructuring his contract, Bills were never going to do that. Like we knew if the Bills traded him for him, it was going to be a trading cut, right? Like get him and cut him after the season. They weren't going to extend him or work his contract out, but they gave up a lot, and I don't see Bean like doing that. So it's going to have to be a deal that's really like favorable for like that Bean thinks is like very favorable. Because a rental, man, I wouldn't feel comfortable giving up no more than a 4. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
No more than a 4.
No, yeah, it'd have to be day 3 pick.
Yeah, maybe. It depends on who it is. Are we giving you somebody? Are we throwing a Zach Moss? And fine, I'll give you a 4th. I'm just saying, like, I don't know about like a 3rd round. You know, 4th pick, 4th round, 5th round. I could do that for a rental. You know what I mean? Because we're still going to have to pay Hunt a little under $1 million. You know what I mean? We're still have to take his rest of his contract.
And that's saying we go running back. If we go receiver, and Scott comes in here and says, "Well, we need to let Edmonds go if we keep shopping for a running back or wide receivers, wet dreams. We're good and Super Bowl favorites. I don't understand why everyone wants appetite for more." I don't so much from a running back standpoint, because I think Singletary's great. Personally, we just need to give him the ball more. Honestly, he doesn't have the game breaker speed that everybody wants, but Singletary's been reliable. He's a good back. Ultimately, wide receiver 3 is what I'm a little concerned at. I think Shakir's coming on, but he's still a rookie. And I don't trust Isaiah McKenzie at all.
I agree.
He almost cost us that Chiefs game.
I agree. And we talked about this. Monday. Like, where
I wouldn't mind seeing a OBJ or another veteran receiver coming in and being a wide receiver 3.
Exactly.
Although I love Isaiah McKenzie, you know, I like him more in that gadget role than I do as our wide receiver 3. Just me.
Yeah, I agree. And then who knows what the draft brings the next year? We find another Gabe Davis in a 3rd round type of receiver. But, you know, Isaiah McKenzie like I said, he's limited. He is who he is. And I love Isaiah McKenzie, but he's not. Listen, OBJ, and the one thing too, me and Mikey got to talking about, listen, OBJ is not going to probably be ready till like December, right? Mid-December, something like that. But they got to, listen, we're in November, pretty much. You want to get this guy signed. The reason why you want to get him signed soon is because you want to get him that playbook. You want to get him in the Buffalo. You want to get him in the stadium. You want to get them in there meeting the players, meeting the coaches,
building that
chemistry
with Josh.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Go just with your teammates in general, right? With Ken Dorsey, right? You want to be in that room with those guys. And if you sign them in December, what do you got? A couple weeks? It's just, I'd rather just get it. If you're going to do it and that's what you want, and you know he can come back and play December, go ahead and get it done in a week or whatever. Me personally, I'm just saying. If that's what you want. Now, if you don't want it, and it's just all talk, because I will say I've been hearing it, and it is smart. Vaughn is his buddy. They're besties, right?
Yeah.
And maybe Vaughn is playing it up, saying he's coming to Buffalo. I think he's coming
to help him the bidding more, help his buddy out.
Yeah, right, which is which will be smart. Why not? But I think he's a perfect fit here if he's willing to take the vet men. Do what you got to do, get a ring, and then go get paid. You know what I mean? That would be the smart thing in my opinion. But
yeah,
not him.
Spin has a great take on this. He says, "I think they're waiting to cut a player until after this game to clear room for White because they need to sign him next week. He has to come off. What they could do is they can cut a player early, right? Sign OBJ, place him on IR, and then bring White off the pup next week." Like there is some roster maneuvers that we have to do. Here's another one that comes in. Trigg said, "I trade for Antonio Gibson." I can almost guarantee that Brandon Beane will not do any business with Washington.
No, not after what happened.
The J.D. McKissic.
That would never happen.
I'm sure see him.
No, and I'm sure he hates it right now. And all the owners and GMs are not feeling Washington in general. What was going on over there with the owner. I'm telling you, like, they do not want to. I would be shocked if he deals with them until the owner. I think until the owner goes away, they're going to have troubles dealing with anyone.
Yeah. What's up with Rhodes? Is he still hurt? He's on the practice squad. Xavier Rhodes is still on the team. He's just on the practice squad. He was never signed to the 53.
Rhodes.
He came in, got hurt.
Yeah, right away. Right
But
away.
yeah, he's
Oh,
he's
man.
totally on the practice squad. So he's still there. I don't think we see him now that White's getting ready to come back unless there's a lot of injuries.
Nah, he's a potential cut. I'll be honest with you.
He's on the
like,
practice squad.
I'm sorry. No, he's a potential either like off the practice squad, as I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you're trying to like put somebody back down on the practice squad, move somebody up.
As we cut somebody for Trey White to come in, we need a spot. I can see Rhodes being the one that gets cut.
Because what's the point at this point? Like we're not down any. You know what I mean? There he can always listen if we need him back. Right, he'll be healthy hopefully by then.
Oh,
if God forbid we did, you know.
Andy, how much time do we have to explain what's going on with the Washington owner? Oh my Lord,
it's a nightmare. They're trying to put it this way: all the other owners are trying to get him to sell his team, so not good.
No problem, Ed. It's Friday night.
I'm having Mikey do the chats because I'm all bearded up. I got my
that's
big
fine,
mug
brother.
here.
That's fine, brother. I got the chats. We're good. Okay, so that kind of touched base on the trade deadline. Obviously, there's a lot of things that could happen. We'll wait to see if Bean pulls the trigger. His big move may be OBJ or so. Yeah. Tony was dealt to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Do you see that becoming a big factor? I don't. I didn't think he was that great coming out. I thought he was overdrafted due to speed.
Yeah, I mean they traded him for a reason. Right? Yeah. I mean clearly, and listen, he's coming from the Dable system. Like if Dable can't listen,
if
Dable can't work with him, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And Dable's an offensive guy. For as much as I'm not a Dable guy, he still knows his offense. He knows his offensive players. He knows weapons. And he want to get rid of a weapon that he feels is useful, especially when the Giants are 5-1, right? If he didn't believe in him. Clearly you don't believe in him. So move on. And that happens so much, right? Look at OJ Howard. I mean, I thought he was going to work, and boy,
we paid him good. Right. He got guaranteed pay. We'll get a credit back at the end of the year because he's doing well in Houston, but he couldn't pick up the system. We got rid of him. Chewy comes and says, Mikey, who do you think the Bills need to use more on Sunday? From a running back standpoint, I want to see 15 to 17 touches for Singletary again, and in the slot, I want to see Shakir more. That's who I want us to use more. I want us to use Shakir more. I have a feeling they're going to stick with McKenzie because, unfortunately, our coaches are just too loyal to guys who've been here a long time.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I agree with Mikey. I would love for I still think it's going to happen. I do. I have a weird feeling that Shakir is going to start. You're going to start because we're in the halfway point. We got a lot of games left, a lot, right? And Shakir's actually had pretty good two games. So maybe they're just warming him up and getting, that time's coming. I just have a feeling that Shakir's time is coming to be a little bit more involved in the offense. But they couldn't just throw him out there. You're not going to expect Stephon Diggs numbers right away. It's not going to happen. But let's see. Let's give the kid some time and
give him more reps.
They're going to have to though, because listen, the truth is the truth, and McKenzie's just not. He's very limited. He's not He's not our true slot receiver. He's just not, and it sucks. But we can use him for many other things, and that's good. But we need to get Shakir more involved because clearly McKenzie is not the answer there.
Yeah. Ed comes in and says, should we trade for an O-line instead of a running back wide receiver? That would be fantastic. Here's the problem. There's any good ones that are out there aren't on the trade block. There's not enough good O-line play in
now
NFL.
A depth, maybe you get lucky like a Teller. Like we had one, we got rid of him.
But there is guys in training camp. That doesn't happen in the middle of the season.
No, I'm just saying but there could be a guy out there that didn't work out, a pick, he's on his fourth year and maybe a second round pick. And, trust me, I'm sure there's somebody. Is he good? That I don't know. But is he a quality depth? Maybe, possibly. You never know. There's a lot of bad teams out there. But like Mikey said, though, it is tough to find like a quality, good offensive line. It's not going to probably happen. We're going to have to worry about that in the offseason.
Yeah. So Scott comes in and says, you guys put McKenzie in the doghouse pretty quick. Guy
Oh,
came off
I
a
don't.
concussion with his bad game. You think he'll change your tune? He's not limited. Will I change my tune? Will I be happy if he succeeds? Yes. Will I change my tune? Probably not. The future of that position is Shakir. So I'd like to see him
Yeah,
get some more run. However, knowing how the Bills coaches work, we wanted Davis more in year one as well, and we didn't get
Mm.
it. Do I think we're gonna get it? No. Will I sit here Friday night and tell you I'd like to see him more? Absolutely, because the kid has the hands and has that run after
yeah,
the catch that we're missing.
yeah,
McKenzie's gonna get his playing time, and I think he's good. And I think I'm not dogging him, and I don't think we should cut him by any means. I'd like to use him in a different role and get Shakir more touches. That's all.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's limited in receiving, is what I mean. I'm not saying he's limited like as a player in total, but he has he's not the greatest route runner, right?
He doesn't have the greatest hands.
He doesn't have right. Like he clearly right. He makes some mistakes, like bonehead mistakes, and he's done it multiple times. This isn't like, oh my god, one game. Like he did it last year, right? Even on kick returns,
Did it in week 1.
Right. So, and I'm not saying like, oh, I'm off the, get rid of the guy. Like I've always, matter of fact, me and Mikey's pushed for McKenzie to be on the field multiple times since last season when they weren't using him.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, we feel like he's best at what he does best, and that's a gadget type receiver. That's how I see McKenzie, a gadget type receiver that could just kind of just go all over the field and use his speed as a weapon. But he's not that true slot receiver. That's what we need, and that's why
Tyler Boyd's, the Cole Beasley's,
exactly.
But
that's okay.
Right.
But that's okay. That was the whole. That's the whole reason we got McKenzie. We all know what McKenzie was for. I just think they thought maybe he could fill that spot for now, that slot spot, but it's not happening, is what I'm saying. It's not kind of working out. So Shakir, luckily for us and maybe the coaching staff, he's a little bit more seasoned than they thought, right? That he's more ready than they thought he would be. And now I think they're seeing that, and that's why they're maybe putting Shakir maybe a little bit more involved instead of McKenzie.
He
I think they will.
He wasn't against the Chiefs.
But you see what? But
we'll see. Ben comes in and says he wants us to give Cook a fair shake against Green Bay. I can see Cook getting a lot of carries in the second half because I have a feeling we're going to be up big. Just like we did against
that. I can agree with. If we're up, okay. That I'll agree with Mikey there. Not early on, but I definitely can see Cook being in the fourth quarter.
And I can see Cookie getting two TDs, one running, one catching. I can see him getting a receiving touchdown early and then a running touchdown late.
Let me tell you something.
A lot of guys are sitting on the bench.
Yeah. If Cook gets 2 touchdowns, we're gonna be. Bro, that will be an ultimate blowout. I'm going to tell you right now, because if Cook gets 2 touchdowns, it's going to be late. And we're going to be already up by like 30 points. You know what I mean? Like, that's wild. I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm going to say maybe 1. I'll be honest with you. Maybe 1. Don't get too hype on him yet. He has a lot to learn.
According to sources, Tony, we had Dr. Kyle Trimble on who said, the chances aren't good that he comes back. And if he does come back, he's not going to be 100%. But, who knows? And anything happened. We watched Cam Akers come back from a torn Achilles and play in the Super Bowl. So, in the playoffs. So, who knows?
Yeah. You never know.
What's going on, Rick? How you doing tonight, brother? If we can blow them out, then we'll see plenty of
sure.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter. Yeah.
I'd rather have OBJ than Crowder. Me and you 100%. Both.
Yeah,
and you both. Okay, okay. So I knew the trade talk was gonna take us down a rabbit hole. So let's go ahead and go over to the injury reports this week. We'll start with the Packers. David Bakhtiari, their left tackle, is questionable for the game. He had limited practice, then he didn't play, or didn't practice, then he was limited again. He missed last week. His knee's been giving him a lot of trouble. He can't practice back-to-back days, so we'll see if he even plays. Rashawn Gary, concussion. He's questionable. I think he's going to play because he did not practice limited full. I have a feeling he's going to pass the concussion protocol, so he'll probably play. Schmear Jean Charles, cornerback. Don't know who that is. He's out. Elton Jenkins, their guard tackle, was limited this week. He's questionable. He's truly questionable.
Yeah.
Alan Lazard is out.
That's a big loss for them.
That's one of the biggest losses for them because he's their number one.
Yeah. Yep.
Then everyone else is pretty much good except for Christian Watson, who was limited all week with a hamstring.
I'm surprised Sammy, good old Sammy's available. That's a shocker.
Even though he was limited all week, he's
is that dude? Sammy Watkins.
Yeah,
he will forever.
Romeo Dubs.
He will forever be on an injury report.
Right.
Like they should have like a football card where it's just like an injury report football card for Sammy Watkins. You know what I mean? Like on the back, it just lists his injury report. Oh Lord, that dude's always hurt, bro.
Yeah, Greg Cosell loves Shakir. Everyone's assumed he was going to be a third round pick, a day 2 pick, and he ended up sliding to the 5th, and we stole him. You know what? The other GM's loss is our gain. Suckers.
100%. I mean, shit. Gabe Davis right now is a steal. Where we got him.
Chewy, a Buffalo Uber driver told me Vaughn's getting 2 sacks on Sunday. Vaughn may get 2 sacks on Sunday. He had 2 sacks in his last game. The dude is a menace.
Yeah, I mean, he's at six sacks now. Is that correct?
Yep.
6 sacks. 6
sacks in 6 games.
So he's averaging 2 a game. So
1 a game.
That's not a far fetched
6 games.
Right.
So 1 a game.
1 a game. I'm sorry. So that's not a far fetch. Yeah, but he's had no sacks in some games. I think each game he's had 2 on that,
he had 1 that was
2, 1 and 1.
2, 1.5, a half.
Oh, 1.5. Okay, my bad.
1.5, and then he had a half game, and then he had 2.
Yeah.
So for the Bills, we have Spencer Brown, ankle going to be out. No, probably be out a few weeks.
No, he's
in a walking boot.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs, vet rest. Taiwan Jones, knee.
Come on, Taiwan.
He was full practice today, so chances are he's going to play.
He's fine.
Jake Kumaro.
Nope, he's out.
No,
he had a full practice.
Look
at
Kumaro. Kumaro doesn't have a status, so
touchdown Jesus.
We'll see if he is truly active or if he's a game day inactive. We'll find out.
We haven't seen much of this next guy. Yeah.
Yep, Cam Lewis is full practice. Von Miller, vet rest day. Mitch Morris was limited all week, except on today. He had a full practice, so he's good to go.
Look at JP.
Jordan Phillips. They're just managing he was vet rest, and they're managing him because he had the hamstring early. Yeah, he's been full practice and good to go. And then Poyer was vet rest, and is ready to go. And that's our injury report. It's looking better.
Did we talk about that? By the way, the JP Jordan Poyer taking the bus all the way to Kansas City, 15 hours.
Yeah, we talked about it in the after show.
That's wild, man, huh? Wow. That shows you, man. That shows you. That dude's all in, man.
You know what? We're gonna play Kumaro, and then we're gonna deal him to Green Bay. Here you go, Aaron. Have your buddy back.
Right. Yeah, we'll take a third, and we'll take that third, and we'll trade. Like, fine, you want a third for Hunt so bad? Here we go. You know what I mean? That'll do. If we get rid of Kumaro,
Kumaro will probably grab like a 6. Let's be honest. He's not getting a third.
I know, obviously,
but I can see us getting a late round pick and then taking that late round pick and packaging it with another pick for somebody.
We ain't trading Kumaro.
I don't think we're trading. I'll tell you right now, I don't think we're trading for anybody. I think we're going to sign a veteran free agent.
Yeah,
it'll probably be OBJ, and that's going to be our big one. We got a Super Bowl squad. Sometimes we'd be trading just to trade.
No, I get it. But I have this weird feeling we will. Right. This is the one year that I think we will. Because before I was just like I was hoping, but I didn't think it would happen. Mm-hmm. And I think this year, I just think Bean is all in, man. Like, you know what I mean? He had that all in off season with Devon, with all the other players. I kind of just feel like he has that. Like, I don't know why. I just have a feeling he's going to go out and get somebody. Now, who, like I said, who it is, I don't know. But, I mean, they were involved. Supposedly, they did reach out for the CMC. They were interested.
That's what they say.
I mean, that's what they say, but I'm
That's
just
what
saying.
sources say. Who knows what really
Yeah.
happens? Let's be perfectly honest. Brandon Bean and the people, the front office of the One Bills Drive doesn't let things out very good. They play their cards very close.
Yeah, they do. You're not going to hear much until it happens. You're right.
And Scott's right. We may not trade anybody. We
I
may
get
just
it. I get
stand
it.
pat. I mean, we are 5-1, have a stacked team. Would I like to see another deal? Do I think Abrams can help us from a safety standpoint? Yeah, but I think they like Hamlin, and I think that they're willing to go with him for the rest of the year.
Well, I'll tell you what. It just the only thing that upsets me, like I will say, like when we see trades go down, and like they didn't give up much for that particular player, right?
Yeah.
That is kind of what like only bothers me about it. Because then like we're sitting here just talking about, oh, a third, it could be a second or a fourth, and maybe they probably want this, right? And then it winds up being like a sixth. Like it happened last year. I was like, what? Why? What? We couldn't have given up a fifth for that? You know what I mean? Like that's the only part that frustrates me. And maybe it's just it takes two to tango. Maybe Bean did all for that, and they were like, hey, we like their pick better. I don't know, but that's the only part because I feel like if it's for, like I said, a fourth round, a fifth round for a guy that you think that can get you to that, improve your team a little bit more heading in, why not? Like, you know what I mean? That's the only part that I'm saying. Because, listen, Brandon Bean has scored more often than not on the draft picks. So losing one's not, I don't think it's oh my God. Like he could still, okay, you don't have the fourth. He'll probably score on the fifth. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. You know what I mean? If we can get that Super Bowl, because that is the main goal, right? It's not about draft picks every year. You know what I mean? I get that you want to still build your team. That's the way to go. You got it.
That's the way.
One draft pick, I don't think it's the end of the world, man.
No, but there's other factors that take into it from a roster construction standpoint that maybe
there is, but
because you have to let someone else go to bring that person in.
Yeah,
and maybe they like what they have and they didn't want to give up the draft pick they didn't feel that person was a better, or maybe their contract wasn't going to fit within our cap. Because everyone talks about like, oh, the deal that sent Robert Quinn to to the Eagles. Robert Quinn has like $70 million left on his contract.
Well, that's different. Well, we know. I'm not talking about guys that have heavy contracts. Like I'm talking about guys that are on rookie deals still, or like guys that you could take on. You know what I mean? Or even CMC would have been fine if they would have obviously took a, you know what I mean?
Well, not for the price,
but not for what exactly
they got.
Exactly. You know what I mean? I understand that.
Yeah, Tony comes in and says, someone told me that this will be the first game Sammy has played against Buffalo since he left because he's hurt every time we played. This will be the first time he's back in Buffalo as well. Not only the first time he's played against us, because it will be the first time he's suited up against us. Every other time. With Baltimore, he was hurt. With the Chiefs, he was hurt. This will be the first time he's returning to Buffalo.
Shit, he was hurt day one with us.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see. Hurt. And the funny part is the Bills were Sammy Watkins' team growing up. He loved Price and Moulds.
Yeah,
those were his guys.
Yeah, if he wasn't Glass Joe, he would have been a really good receiver in this league for a long time. Honestly, he's a good receiver.
Just think about this. He was taken ahead of OBJ and Mike Evans, and
we traded up for him.
And we gave up a first round pick to trade up a few spots to get him.
Right.
Ouch.
Well, that will happen.
Chewy, best food to eat Sunday night: pizza, wings, nachos with jalapenos, chips and
can't do that. Can't do the jalapeno.
Pizza and wings combined.
Yeah. See, I can't mix the pizza and wings.
Oh, I love it. That's like one of my favorite.
I can't because I don't like spicy things on my pizza. So it kind of takes the taste away because I'm a big pizza guy. So it takes the pizza taste away from me if I eat wings that are spicy. So I can't mix the two.
I don't get spicy wings. I get mild wings with my pizza.
Okay, so if it's mild, like or just
it's
grilled,
more of a flavor thing. Yeah, it's more of a flavor thing. Like we talked about it early. I don't do dips. Like I like sauce on my wings. So and I don't dip them in like ranch or blue cheese or anything. I like.
Oh, boo this guy!
It's just what I like.
Boo this guy.
Scott says C. Go with the nachos with jalapenos. Scott, I dip my pizza in blue cheese when I combo. Hey, to each their own.
Mm-hmm.
Tony says Jordan Poyer at least has a shorter drive this time to the game, right? He's also getting better every week. Yeah, he has to go from his house to the field this week, and then next week if he can't fly, it's a shorter drive to New Jersey. You know, because we have the Jets next. So okay, so let's moving on, Tommy. Keys to the game, brother. Keys to the game.
Keys to the game. All right, what you got? What you got?
Fast start coming off the bye. The Bills are notoriously slow starters coming out of the bye week. We cannot let these guys hang around. Let's get out quick. Fast start.
I agree with that. New OC though. New OC.
And they seem to be on a mission this year. Like they learned a lot of lessons last year. They seem to be on a mission this year.
They did. Can't do that. That Dolphin game last year is a prime example of coming off the bye week.
And the Jet game the year before that, where we kicked 5 field goals to win it.
Yeah. Total shit show, by the way. And then we played the Jags, and we still weren't right, and we got
beat.
Fuck, man.
Number 2, red zone. The Bills are one of the worst red zone offenses in football so far this year.
And this is why I wouldn't mind the Hunt trade, by the way. I'm being real. Like if that is the reason, and I know I'm going backwards, but that is the reason that red zone work. I love Josh Allen, but it's like, bro, we can't always continue to like he's the red zone option, like continually. Like he needs some. Trust me, he would love the help. Like if he knew he could hand the ball off to a guy that can even a third and short, a 4th and 1, like without Allen having to take his body on every time to get that. I would love like a Hunt to do that. And that's why the red zone work is we're still struggling because we don't have that run game. Like Singletary's, I love him, but he's not, I don't think that's why he'll never be like that fantasy guy because he can't get the touchdown. He's never doing it in the red zone.
Yep.
You know? So yeah, I agree with Mikey. Red zone has to be better.
And red zone has to be better because, you know, Josh's EPA per play is negative in the red zone, but it's the highest in football. It's like negative 3 point something in the red zone, and it's like 54 everywhere else overall. Yeah. You know, the third is like Tua at 30. The second is Mahomes at like 45, and Josh is like 54, and then the fourth one is like 17. So we're just like heads and shoulders above everyone, but the red zone has been a problem. We got to get that fixed. It's going to come back to bite us if we don't.
You have to, 100%. And the short yardage plays, just the short yardage plays, the 3rd and 1s, the 4th and 1s. Got to fix that, man. Got to figure a way out because we're just too many plays that we give up, like where we can't get a 1 yard, and I hate it. It bothers the hell out of me. Stop throwing Zach. By the way, stop throwing Zach Moss out there on a 3rd and 1. The defenses know he's not getting the ball.
I am so sick of the 3rd and 1, and don't try to run a 3rd and 1 draw,
right?
Or right up the middle.
Don't work.
You know, we're not an up the middle team. We're not a power team. You want to go up the middle? Josh quarterback sneaks. You're up the middle. That's the only up the middle we should see.
Yeah, and it has to be a yard because our O line just does not get a good push. They do not.
That's why we've been putting Gabe Davis behind them to push him.
How right? So how sad is that? We have to put our receiver to get the push because our offensive line can't get the push that's needed for 1 yard. Like that is how bad it is. Like me and Mikey talked about this last year. I almost wouldn't mind if they put like Ed Oliver or Tim Settle back there, like Miami does sometimes, Wilkins, and just use him as a fullback. You know what I mean? Like honestly, or use him as the fullback and get the yard because, man, we just can't push the pile.
Right. And Ed, you know, nobody really thinks about the red zone issues because we have such big plays and we run up the score on so many teams that the red zone issues really haven't come back to bite us yet.
Right.
It bit us in Miami.
It did.
Really did. It bit us in Miami. And we executed well enough in Baltimore and in KC to win. But we shouldn't have been that close to those games. We just couldn't execute in the red zone. That cost us.
100%.
So yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a Kareem Hunt or a Josh Jacobs or one of those type of backs coming to Buffalo.
Right,
I just don't think they're going to.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe Cleveland's desperate enough to just, because listen, I don't think it's Cleveland. Clearly, they're going to get Deshaun back, but I don't think Deshaun's going to be Deshaun until next season. And who knows if he even be the same next season.
Yeah.
But this season, I think it's a wash. I think for them by the time he gets back, and I think they're going to try to build around Deshaun, and maybe they're going to try to stockpile draft picks, and maybe they are going to get rid of some of these guys, and maybe they are willing to take a fourth for a guy that's going to be a free agent anyways. You never know. You don't know. I have no idea. But if they're willing to,
I have a feeling if they lose,
I definitely would.
He's going to be moved somewhere.
Yeah, why not? If you're Cleveland, why not? Why not? There's no reason. You have the Chubb. There's no reason to have him, and you got a decent. Their other running backs, a pretty good running back.
Yeah. I forget his name, but he came in last year,
and he had a good game, a couple good games. Yes. So there's no need for Hunt there. If you can get something for him.
Yeah, we'll see. Spin comes in and says the Bills are better off throwing it 15 yards to get a first down than on 3rd and 1. You're right. Here's what happened to the run pass option on Josh rolling out? We haven't seen much of that this year.
Yeah.
So you
know what?
Drop back.
Yeah, you know what else too that usually works, and we brung his name up multiple times today. Isaiah McKenzie. Those are kind of plays that he can get that yard.
Pop pass, the little pop pass.
Right. He is so quick. Yeah, he is so fast. I even saw, I forget it was last year, he was caught up. They knew it. And he had just enough where he cut because he's quick like that. And he has a good burst, and he still got like 3 or 4 yards. So he always gets, for the most part, Isaiah McKenzie on those always gets positive yards. Always. He always gets you something. So I'd rather see that if you can't run it. But running up the middle, it's never going to work. Draws won't work.
I'm not sure what Truck Review is talking about here. We beat KC, then we lost to the Titans, then we went into our bye last year. So I'm not sure what he's talking about here.
We had a bye week heading into the KC game.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We had our bye week after KC and Tennessee last year, so I don't know. Chewy says he's more concerned about the over under on your mugs of beer.
Yeah, I'm about to fill up. I just oh man.
All right, and then my last key to the game: get to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, get to Aaron Rodgers. But I will say they're a very good screen team. That's the one thing they do well. So if you're going, I wouldn't blitz because they will beat you on that screen game.
Yep.
And I think, listen, Leslie Frazier not an idiot. Like clearly that's why our defense is number one. But I will say we do get beat a lot on screens on Leslie Frazier defense. We have been known to get beat when teams go to that screen pass a lot. So hopefully we just send what we normally do, which is the 4. And we cover the screen. That's it. Because once we take that out of because I think that's all real honestly at this point, Lazard being down, they're going to get the ball out quick, and it's going to be like screen passes. It's going to be short pass. Yeah, hooks.
We're going to rush.
Yeah.
You know what? We might even pull the KC defense, rush 3 and then drop 8.
Yeah.
I can see us doing that.
Yeah.
Scott says the 2 worst trades in the NFL this year: Watson and Wilson. Literally a heist for the Texans Seahawks, right? Wild.
Well, I mean, who knows about the Watson? I mean, I don't have. Okay. Wilson, disaster.
Trek Reviewer was talking about the Steelers were a bye week for us. Better than a bye week, according to Nick Wright. When you play the Steelers, it's better than a bye week.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
McDermott is 5-0 coming out of the bye week. You're right, but we start so slow.
Yeah,
and they haven't been pretty wins. Yes, we win, but they haven't been pretty.
Yeah, that's Mikey's right. And look, we wound up losing the next game. Like we just were like on this, like we did not play well coming out of the bye, especially last year. We lost to, I believe, was the Jags. Then we got our ass kicked against the Patriots, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct, Mikey? Because we had lost 2 in a row at that point, and then we lost to the Bucks right after.
Yeah.
Right? Or no, I think we lost to the Jags.
Bucks, then
we beat the Saints. We beat the Saints, and then we got our ass kicked against the Patriots, I think. And then we lost.
We never got our ass kicked by the Patriots.
Well, not our ass kicked. We had no offense going.
Yeah, we in a 50 or 60 mile an hour wind.
Yeah. No excuse.
I mean, it's not an ass kicking though. We lost by one score.
Right. Nah, still got ran on. But either way, Mikey, loss is a loss. I don't care if we lost by.
Yeah, no. I'm just, you're
right. It wasn't an ass whipping. The Jaguar game was, so I would say the Jaguar game was. Yeah,
kicked our offense's ass. Bad.
We'll say that then. The Jaguar was an ass whipping on offense.
The Tampa Bay one was in the first half, and then we showed up in the second half.
But that's where things turned for us.
Yeah,
that was we won 5 in a row.
Yeah,
after that.
Yeah. Chewy comes and says Groot has to step it up. I'm not sure what you mean by Groot has to step it up. Groot's top 10 in sacks this year.
5,
has been playing fantastic.
Right, 4 or 5 on the year.
I think he has 4 to this point. 4 in 6 games. So what do you want to see?
I mean, he's on pace to what? I mean, he's on pace to have a pretty good over 10 sacks. So I mean, like, no, listen, Groot's on his second season.
He's been playing great run defense.
Yeah. I think I don't know if anyone's taken a step back this year. Has there been, Mikey, on defense? Like anybody that's taken a step backwards? You feel? I don't think so, right?
On a step back, no. I think everyone's playing better this year.
Right. Ed Oliver's been hurt.
Yeah, we haven't seen enough of Ed.
Right. So I'm going to give Ed at the middle. I don't think Ed's been explosive, but I don't think he's been bad.
Everyone else has been as advertisers or better. Like even Poyer coming off of a first team All Pro has been better this year than he was last year.
With an injury arm, by the way, who's still wearing a brace.
AJ's been better. Boogie's been better. Groot's been better.
Yep. I'll tell you what, the one player, maybe on offense, if we switch it, I'll say maybe Spencer Brown. Or maybe Spencer Brown a little bit. He's still been up and down. I would say, out of all the players right now that I felt like would have a better second season, I would say Spencer Brown's kind of having a rough year so far. Not terrible. No. I just think he's having one of those second year rookie, whatever you want to call it, where there's kind of like, injuries kind of catching up, things he's still trying to learn. Took a little, not a step back, but.
So he wants more sacks. He wants more sacks. Yeah. He's got 4 in 6 games, brother. He's got 4 in 6 games.
He's only getting better.
And last year 4 would have led the team in sacks. And he's got 4 in 6.
right.
So I get it. We want to see those, and we're only rushing 4, and that's the crazy part. We're only rushing 4. We're not even blitzing, and we're still getting home.
Exactly.
That's the Daquan Joneses. That's the Jordan Phillips. We need to find a way to re-sign that guy too. That guy is.
I told you. I would love just
animal,
and he loves it here. So maybe that is the kind of guy
I could see re-signing.
That would take
2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, and he would take a team-friendly deal.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because he likes it here so much.
He'll still get his money, but they'll push it out and do some
right. Like he'd be willing to work with. He'd be willing to work with us.
Yeah,
just to stay.
God, that guy's freaking amazing.
I told you, man. That's my man.
Chewy can't trust those guys from the U.
Oh, come on now. Hey, man. Jaquan, Rousseau.
Yeah.
The U, man. They step up. Oh, don't forget one more very important guy from the U. Very important guy. Ken motherfucking Dorsey, who's running the show, baby. So when you talk about the U, watch your mouth, pal.
I will tell you, Tommy. Ken Dorsey has actually been better than I anticipated.
Dude's a smart dude. By the way,
he's so smart.
How fast did that thing go away about the Surface Pro?
Oh my God, so fast. Well, that's what happens
Don't
when
hear
you come
nothing.
out and you just, you get this. You realize in 6 games, Josh hasn't played the fourth quarter in 2 of them.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like our offense is
And,
listen.
he's still
it's been
one of the
very
top passers in the league.
yeah.
And
It's
he
been
has
very
a half a game already.
it's been very efficient, and I think he is trying to get. I mean, at least from the last game, you can kind of see him now maybe getting Singletary. I'm hoping a little bit more involved, right? Because maybe he sees. I will say this too. Maybe Dorsey did try to go with Moss early on, a little early, right? And it didn't work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now I think Dorsey's going, okay, Singletary needs to be in there a little bit more than Moss. And we need to get him a little bit more carries. And it showed in the Chiefs game early on. I mean, that's exactly what I wanted. What do you have? 15 carries? 13, 15 carries, something like that?
Yeah, I think he had 17 total touches.
Okay. Dude, that's very good.
No,
I'll take that all day.
I take that back. I think he had 17 carries, and he had 4
Couple receptions.
three
right.
or 4 receptions. So I think he had 20 total touches.
Exactly. So,
but like I said, between 17 and 20 is where I want him every game.
I'm good. I'm good with Mikey. I'm good with 15. If you could stay average, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
don't forget,
look,
Tommy.
Yeah,
don't forget, Jim Kelly went to the U.
I know exactly, and Jim Kelly.
So don't talk about the U.
No, don't talk about the U. Damn real. And by the way, Moss was benched that game. Moss didn't even suit up. That tells you right there. I think where Dorsey's starting to lean.
Spin's correct here too. Josh Allen's 5th in passing. He's played 1.5 games less than everybody else.
And Poyer's one behind on the interception lead, and he's missed
3 games more or less than everybody else.
So guys, and I think Von Miller is 1 behind, and he had a bye week. So,
I don't think he stays on pace for 6,500 yards, but yeah, Josh is. I think the highest is like 53 or something, or 54 is
Tom
the
Brady
highest
had
ever.
5,000, I think, right? 1 year.
Didn't he have like 53
last year? He had a lot at Tampa.
He had 5,300 yards and then 55 touchdowns.
But Winston, I think Jameis Winston had 5,000 1 year.
He did.
I'm almost sure, and he had 38
and 30. He's the only 30 quarterback in the league.
30 interceptions. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Hey, it is what it is. All right, Tommy. As we get to that time on a Friday night, it's score prediction time, brother. I'll go ahead and start.
Score prediction.
I have it 31-13 Bills.
Sam, Mikey's being nice. You guys hear that? Mikey's being a nice guy. I'm not so nice. I am not nice.
I have a 31-13, and I'm probably still shading our defense a little bit more than I should, because our defense
especially. I mean, listen, we're going against a great quarterback, no doubt.
Yeah, but
Hall of Famer. But yes, I mean, unless we totally just come out and we're like just that bye week really got us.
Comes in and says 35-13.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I got to see something here. Hold on, before I do my prediction.
We got Spin coming in saying 44-13.
I am so curious.
We got Chewy coming in saying 27-17.
27. Get that.
17.
Oh,
Scott 41-17. I love our chat. I love our chat. Our chat.
So Green Bay scored 21 last week.
Tommy's looking. What are they?
I'm curious what because I want to know what they've been putting up, because it hasn't been a lot. I'm going to tell you right. It has not been a lot.
That
10 points, 10 versus the Jets at home, or I think that was in UK actually, but still 10.
Yeah,
it's embarrassing.
Scott, here comes a 40 burger.
Oh no! Oh yeah, I'm trying to see what we're going to give on defense, because their offense I know has been trash.
41-13. I like it.
22 against the Giants. I mean, they have not been. I'm telling you, Mikey, they do not score much, man. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna have to give my. So they beat New England 27. Okay, I'm gonna give my score prediction. Here we go. I'm gonna say 40-10. 40-10 Buffalo wins.
Okay.
10 points. I mean, it's about listen. If the Jets can,
that works.
I mean, why? Listen, you telling me Buffalo's defense isn't better than the Jets' defense? You know what I mean? I know
Ooh,
it's
look at
different.
that.
Every game's
Tony
different.
in with a 50 burger.
But-
He thinks we're dropping. Tony thinks we're dropping a 50 burger.
The reason why I don't know if that would happen is because we probably wind up taking guys out at a certain point.
Yeah, McDermott doesn't run.
And Case Keenum fucking blows, man, right? And I want to trust him to take a team down.
So if we're looking for a trade
have to
partner,
be
maybe
Cooks.
go get a better backup quarterback. Is that on your list?
All day, bro. I'll take almost anyone at this point. He is so bad. The only thing he does good is these stupid, like, tricky videos where he's fooling people. That's all. Like, is that what we're using Case Keenum for this season? He's our undercover backup quarterback selling his jersey. That, by the way, did you see that? Nobody wanted his jersey even for $10 at the store, the Bill store. I mean, that's embarrassing.
He couldn't give it away.
Couldn't give it away.
Then he ran into Epinesa.
Yeah, he's like, get your garbage jersey out of my face. He wants that crap. How does, bro? That's like a $200 jersey. Nobody wanted it for $20.
Not only that,
that's how shitty he is.
How about him saying, "How about an 18 jersey?" He's like, "No, I'm looking for Bass. I want the kicker."
The kicker. Somebody asked for. I think someone asked for Hunter, right? Sam Martin. Yeah.
Someone wanted a Martin jersey.
I swear to God, I'd take a Martin jersey over Keenum. I would. If they gave it to me at a reasonable price, I would. I would not take a Keenum jersey, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I would take a Tyrod if Tyrod was our backup. $20 all day, bro.
Tyrod. I love Tyrod. I love Tyrod. Tony comes in and says Terry Bradshaw's touchdown to interception ratio was 2 touchdowns more than interceptions. He wasn't a very good quarterback. He's got 3 Super Bowl rings. Yeah, Terry Bradshaw rode a stellar defense to multiple Super Bowls. He was good enough to win.
Yeah. Peyton Manning was better than his brother, but Eli also got 2 rings, right? With the Giants. So, he's still going to. Did Eli go? He's in the Hall of Fame. Not in the Hall of Fame yet, but he probably will because of the rings, right? Or is that up for debate right now?
What?
I think it's up for debate, right? On Eli.
I think he's up for debate. He's definitely not a first ballot. He'll probably get in from a name recognition.
I think you got to put him in because he got the 2, man.
And not only that, but he spoiled the Patriots twice. He'll probably get in.
Undefeated Patriots.
Yeah.
Which could have changed everything.
Well, one, he's a Manning, so he'll probably get in anyways.
Yeah.
But he has the numbers. He has 2 Super Bowl rings. He has all the other accolades. He'll probably get in. I don't think he'll be a first ballot.
No, I don't think so either.
Trek Reviewer comes in and says, maybe we should put Jake Kummerow in center field and see how many times Rodgers throws it to him by mistake. Put him in safety. See if he throws it to Kummerow.
Yeah, he's bad, bro.
Yeah.
He is bad. But you'll see Cook. Running because I don't think they trust him to run a ball.
Yeah.
He's so bad, bro. What the hell happened to him? He was he was better.
Who?
Keenum. Like, he was I was okay with him when they traded him.
He's also played with our backup offensive linemen.
Jeez Louise, he fell apart. I know, but his throws are awful. Awful.
His arm looks like it's dead.
Dead, bro. I thought Barkley's arm was this guy's arm is terrible. Yeah. But hey, we will never need him. I don't care. He can swing his towel just like Barkley when we're winning Super Bowl.
Chewy comes in and says his keys to the games is our run defense. That's a good one.
Always.
Especially because they can't pass. They don't have
and Chewy, the thing about our run defense has been on point all year. All year. And nobody can say, oh, you haven't gone against a good running team. We went against Derrick Henry. I mean,
somebody said they could see Mac Jones as our backup quarterback. Hell no. No, Mac Jones isn't going anywhere.
I do not want that freaking guy.
However, next year, don't be surprised if you see Sam Darnold as our backup quarterback.
I want to hate it.
He's not going to have any extra options. He'll be a free agent. Best friends with Josh Allen.
I want to hate it.
Already made a bunch of money. May want to come to Buffalo and try to restart his career.
I want to hate the deal. Shit, bring back Trubisky. Oh no, Trubisky was signed unless they cut him.
Yeah, unless they cut him. I'd rather have Dawson Knox as backup quarterback.
I know, right?
So
what the hell?
All right, Tommy, it's that time, brother.
It is that time. It is that time. So, guys, let me give you a quick update on everything. So, right after this, I'll be doing. Actually, no, tonight I won't be doing. Normally we do an NFL overtime, but we're gonna try to change things up. So it might be a recording. But tomorrow, did we decide what we're gonna do with Fantasy Kingdom, Mikey?
Tomorrow we're just gonna go live at 10, and then we'll figure it out after.
Well,
that.
1 Eastern.
1 Eastern, 10 Pacific.
Okay.
Sorry.
So 1 Eastern time, Fantasy Kingdom, fantasy football for anybody out there watch that is a fantasy football person that plays. Come join us at 6 o'clock. AFC East Shakedown. It's going to be on Mafia Sports Report, my channel. And then of course we're doing the live post game Sunday night, right after the Packers game. So join us there, and that's it, man. So I appreciate you guys once again. And by the way, Monday, Halloween, we will not be going live Monday. So just a heads up, but we will be on the post.
A lot of trick-or-treaters coming to the house. There'll be a lot of knocking and barking dogs, and so we won't be doing that.
All right. So hey guys, once again, I appreciate everything, and go Bills, man.
Go Bills.
Kick some ass on Sunday night.
Let's play the best outro in the business, brother.
Yeah, that's right. And happy Halloween, y'all.
Happy Halloween.